Well, my name is Brad. She is Heidi, and this is Reality Check with Heidi and Brad. Heidi, it's been a while. I'm so excited to see you again.
I'm so excited today. It's going to be awesome. I cannot wait for you to tell everyone who we're having today.
Well, drum roll, we have Jackie Bonds from, it's Bonds, right? Jackie Bonds from Love is Blind season Quattro, the fourth one.
I was almost went like that. No, like that.
Jackie, yes, we are excited. She's our first Love is Blind contestant on our show, and hopefully not our last. But, Heidi, where can they find us?
Oh my God, find us. You can find us in Instagram, Reality Check HNB. That stands for Reality Check with Heidi and Brad. And we have had some fun people, and we have even more fun people coming. So follow us, listen to our podcast. Brad always posts there the link, so please do not miss it because it's gonna be fun.
You're missing out if you're missing our pod because it is fun. Yes. Heidi is a great. She's my favorite co-host. She's awesome. Just throwing that out there.
You need to say that because I'm right here.
Yeah, I'm only saying that because Heidi's looking at me right now, and I've got to say that. That's part of my contract for her to show up. I have to say she's the best. Heidi, Love is Blind is amazing. I would never go on that show, but it's fun to watch.
It is so entertaining. I am hooked. I mean, I've watched every single one of them, so I love it.
Yeah, I'm waiting on season 7 now. I'm already jacked for that. I don't know where it's going to be, but we'll see. But with that being said, Heidi, let's get to Jackie.
Let's do it.
Well, Heidi, it is so good to see you. And I got to be honest, this is an episode that I have been waiting on because we have somebody from my wife's favorite show. And, and honestly, I got to confess, it's mine too. It's hands down the best dating to marriage reality show on television, in my opinion. It's so good. I'm so excited to have you, Jackie. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, and I want to hear all about it.
For those who don't know, Jackie was on Love is Blind season 4, right? She's on the Quattro. Is that Quattro? Is that Quattro. She was on the Quattro. And Jackie, thank you for joining Reality Check with Heidi and Brad. We are so excited to have you, and this is gonna be fun because I got so many things I want to unpack. I don't know about you, Heidi, but
I have a lot. I cannot wait, and I've watched your season, and I watched multiple of them, so I have questions all around.
Let's go. Let's get it. I'm here to answer.
Jackie, you have to tell me. So is your background also Latina girl?
Yeah. So my dad is Indian and Black, and my mom is Colombian.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna be Brad. Spoiler alert, but I gotta say I'm biased with all the Latinas, right? So because I'm a Latina girl, so I'm pro us, okay? But we'll talk all about that, I'm sure, throughout this conversation for sure.
I'm biased when we bring fat white guys on. That's my move.
Nah.
Them too.
Yeah. We like the fat white guys. That's who we root for.
We gonna root for them too.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you.
Listen, I say that because I was on TV too, right? So for me, the representation, it doesn't matter what kind of representation, and we can talk about the villainess, whatever. But in general, us growing up, you probably didn't see anybody that looked like you know? Or no. Probably like a person here and there, but not many. So it does mean a lot to see people that look or sound like us, and I love it. I love every second of it, and let's inspire the next generation, you know?
Yes. I think the representation is so small for Latinos and Latinas, and even when we are on the show, it's kind of like one of these things where it's very minor or very small, and then everybody else gets like big glimpses or longer things and stuff. So being such a strong Latina and just wanting to just follow my dreams and just really be out there, it was hard, but I remained true to myself. I was spicy, I was sassy, I hated that I played a little bit too much into the stereotype, but hey, it was
It's
me.
exactly. And that's what we love about it, for the record. That's what we love, just getting you, yourself, and nothing other than that. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And actually, for me, it was very different because I was in a competition show.
Mhm.
I didn't want to be myself because I wanted to win the competition. But I'm very vocal about, being yourself and just being there for representation. Because for me, even though it was a competition and I wanted to win, it was a big deal for me. And I must say, for your show, the Latinas are killing it. Like some of the newer seasons, they are killing it.
Yes.
So anyway, Brad, I went off the rail there, but you know how it is. This goes any way we want.
I want to say this, Jackie, because I can right now.
Yes.
Heidi represents the best co-host I could possibly have. Thank you, Heidi, for being on here.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you.
I love working with Heidi. She works for free, so that's always the best.
We have so much fun. It's really fun.
We do.
I already can tell y'all chemistry is crazy. I love it. I love it because I feel like I'm just talking to my people.
Exactly.
I'm just
that's how we want you to feel. Yeah. We want you to feel that way. And, and I'm excited, Jackie. A little behind the scenes. I get to meet Heidi in person next month, so I'm excited.
For the first time.
For the first time.
Party.
We've met on video plenty of times, but not. That didn't sound right, but yeah. That did not sound right, listeners. That is not. Anyway, Jackie, tell us a little bit about what was Jackie like as a kid? Because we see Jackie in season 4, but we want to know what Jackie was like as a kid.
Yeah, I was a tomboy. I was playing all the sports. I was playing basketball, volleyball, fast pitch. I was always wanting to be active because I hated just like doing nothing. So I was like, shoot, like if you want to go like ride your bike, let's go ride a bike. I was always outside. I always wanted to do something. I was always active. I had a lot of people are probably like, oh my God, but I did have a lot of friends. I had a lot of friends growing.
I believe I can see us being friends even as kids.
Yeah, I had a lot of friends. Like even now, like I have like still some of my friends that I connect with from grade school. We still like were connecting and we were just always outside. We always wanted to just get dirty and just play and play and play and play. And I eventually got a scholarship to play volleyball in college, so it kind of paid off. So I was just a tomboy, always just wanting to be active and play sports and stuff, always out.
How did guys get into volleyball? I was having this conversation. I just got back from Minnesota, and I was talking to a buddy of mine on Saturday about volleyball, and his wife played volleyball like you, and I was how did guys get in volleyball? Like, there's no guys volleyball in high school where I'm at. I never saw that. Like, how is that, Jackie? Explain that to me.
Yeah, so in my community, we had like select teams or club teams that boys could play on. And it was, I don't want to say it's like taboo, but like growing up, like boys weren't playing volleyball. Boys were playing like basketball or football. Like volleyball then was so small. And like, even if like they did have a club team, they didn't fill them. So they wouldn't be able to like play and stuff. But there was like club teams and select teams that boys could like play. Like I know on my national teams, I always had a boy team. But the boys team never like were playing because no one was interested. No one joined. So it's hard. It was hard.
Are there intramural leagues where the guys can play with the girls?
Yes, there are intramural leagues, but it's very rare to find them because in Tacoma, there's one place that I know of, and those boys be hitting hard. And I'm like, hey, you can't be hitting too hard because, I'm over here just trying to take a nice ball. They're like out there trying to kill us. So we're like, hey, you need to calm down.
What position would I play? I am about 5'6". What position would I play?
So you would be, he would either be a setter, and since you're like on the little, big old healthy body side, you would definitely be on the setter.
Wait, are you calling me fat, Jackie?
No, that's a big.
Oh my gosh, Jackie! I have lost weight. I have lost 30 pounds, Jackie. I'm gonna cry. I'm crying in my brain right now.
Good for you.
We love big old healthy bodies. That keeps us warm. It's cold outside.
I like that. I tell my wife I'm curvy.
I need some warmth. I don't want no skinny mini.
And Jackie, where did you grow up? Like what location?
I grew up in Tacoma. I grew up in
Mm.
Tacoma,
Tacoma.
Washington. I got it. That it's crazy. I have the area code tattooed on my body. That's how
You
much
do?
Really
yes.
interesting. I live in Pittsburgh, and
On my bunkum.
I live in
On your
Pittsburgh.
what? I'm
My
confused. What was?
bunkum. My back.
Oh, your back. Okay.
Yeah,
Nobody
but
can see it, but the people you want them to see.
yeah.
Have
Yeah.
Have you been to Tammy's in Tacoma?
No, what's that?
Yeah, what is it?
You need to go. I've been by there. I've ridden by it. It's a restaurant and a bar in
Okay.
Tacoma. Yes.
Okay, Tammy's
That's
in
all I
Tacoma.
remember
I'ma
about
pull
going
up.
through Tacoma.
I'm gonna
Tammy's
pull
in
up on
Tacoma.
Tammy's
Pull
in
it
Tacoma.
Pull it up. Tell them Brad sent you. They'll look at you weird.
I'm gonna pull up on him and be like, look, Brad told me to come to Tammy's in Tacoma, so what's up?
TAMI. It's not MMY.
TAMI.
TAMI''S in Tacoma. Check it
Gotcha.
out. Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be
You need to go.
first one in there.
Tell them Heidi and Brad sent you, and they need to listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
So I like that we've had. To me, Heidi, I feel like volleyball would be the move for a dude if he wanted to meet chicks,
Yeah.
right?
Listen, when I was in high school, we always wanted to go to all the volleyball games because the hot guys were in volleyball for whatever reason. And it was a good mix of dudes. It wasn't just like one side or one color or anything like that. So when I was growing up, and I won't tell you how long ago that was, we used to go to the
Always in the
games.
stands. They're always in the stands. They're big
I
fans.
like it. I like
Yeah.
it. So, hey, all the
Makes
dudes
me
out
nervous
there.
'cause I'm trying to play and I know I look nuts trying to dive for the ball and do all this type of stuff and I'm sweaty and I'm like all these fine daddies over here watching me, this is a lot of pressure.
Did she say fine daddies?
Fine daddies.
Oh my gosh.
All these fine daddies looking at me when I'm playing and I'm like, let me not dive wrong.
This was high school. This was high school or
High
college?
school. High school
Oh
and
my
college.
gosh. You had daddies watching you in high school?
Oh yeah, all the flag football players when they were done, they would come and watch and cheer, and I'm over there like, oh man. Some of them were just so delectable. I was like,
Heidi, why was I thinking actual fathers when she said that? I was like, that's weird if there's a bunch of daddies watching you. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm a little slow.
I mean, fine men. Like, oh, he's such a daddy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, no,
I like that.
actual
Okay,
men with
that makes
kids.
it better
Oh, no.
then.
Lock them up.
Oh, Brad,
You
your
got
mind
done.
different way, different direction.
She got done, and
okay.
the fine daddies were like, "Hey, I'm gonna take you to Tammy's in Tacoma tonight," and she's like, "Okay."
Yeah, I'm there. The fine daddies asked me to Tammy's. I'm going to Tammy's in Tacoma with the fine dads. Okay.
Dads. I gotta stop thinking of actual fathers because that's
No,
the.
you're good.
That's
A
where
lot
I
of
went.
people, because that was my tagline. I'm here to find my daddy and go home, and everyone was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Y'all, I mean, daddies have some like fine men or like the fine papitos, not like someone to actually be like my daddy, my father."
Okay, I do want to say this. We're talking about finding your dad. That was your tagline on season 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I brought this up with you, Heidi. Maybe I haven't. Maybe I brought it up on another podcast. I feel like the dating reality show Math, there's never anyone ugly on there. Like, if I'm talking to you, Jackie, through a wall,
Yeah.
I'm going to assume you're a 10.
Oh,
now,
for
you are.
sure.
You're very beautiful. You're very beautiful. I'm going to assume you're a 10 because I'm on a reality show. They're not putting me on the other side of a wall with Jackie. It's not happening. So, like, did you go in there thinking I could be saddled with an Uggo? Or did you you did, Jackie?
I did. Because
there's never been an ugly guy on that show. Heidi, have you ever seen an ugly man on that show?
They're all pretty decent looking. But that
they're all
doesn't
7s and up.
But they're not your type, kind of thing. Not all of them will be your type, right?
Yes,
but yeah, they're all.
I was going to say that they're fun. They might be cute to other people, but not to me. They're not my.
Okay,
they're not my.
That's fair, Jackie.
Yeah.
But I'm saying just if you're going off appearance, they're all like 7s and ups, 7 or 8s and up, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah.
We're talking about Love is Blind.
Here. Ain't no 2s allowed.
Oh my gosh! Can you imagine?
And Jackie, give it to us when you are talking to. when you're talking to them through the wall, did you have a few of them, and everyone has like a notebook, right? Did you have any of them that you talked to them and immediately you were like, nope, nope, nope?
Yes.
Tell us how that works.
Yeah. So for the first 2 days, it's just speed dating. You get 5 minutes with everyone. So you're just like, okay, let's get through everybody. And then you rank them from which one you want to see most to who you don't want to see. And right out of Jump Street, I had 5 people I did not want to talk to no more. I was like, if I see them again, I'm going to walk out. Like, I don't even want to, like, entertain them no more. And what they do is they take that list and then they start kind of, like, shifting and moving and stuff around to make it to where you don't see that person anymore. But if that person that you don't want to see no more requests you, they could be like, hey, like, they want to see you one more time. Do you want to or do you not want to? And with me, there was a couple that they didn't ask me. They kind of just like, I saw them in the pause again and I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm not going to sit here and do this. So I would just get up and leave. Or it would just be one of those things where it's just like, no, she doesn't want to see you no more. And I had those from jump. I'm like, I don't want to see you no more. No.
So what was the turnoff? Tell us the scoop for whoever is listening. And what was the turnoff that you would be like, not happening, not like, because you're not looking at them. So what did they say that you were like, okay, no?
Yeah. So one person gave me kind of like a theory, like a model. He was like, okay, so, sorry, my dog is like all over here. I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, just chill out. Okay, sorry. So there was one person that gave me kind of like a scenario. It was like, okay, so there's snakes on the plane. Me and you, we're trapped. I'm like, okay, I'm Samuel Jackson. How did I get here? Okay, whatever. So he was like, okay, the snakes is in the cockpit. What are we doing? And I was like, okay, well, if you look on every plane, there's no hole underneath the door and the floor. So ain't no snakes crawling underneath the door. So I'm going to go to the cockpit and I'm going to lock the door and ain't no snakes going. And he was like, okay, what about me? And I was like, what about you? You need to figure it out. I don't know you.
I like it.
I was like, go to the bathroom, get you a knife, do whatever you need to do, but I'm gonna be alive. I don't know you. And that was it. I was like, yeah, no, you're not gonna put me in these scenarios because now you're quizzing me. And I don't like that. It was a lot of pressure. And then there was another guy that just talked about him like bleeding all over people. And then you saw a little bit of that on there. He was like making out with a girl and he like had a bloody nose. And I'm like, well, I don't think I would have done that. I would have kept that to myself. But okay. Okay.
And Brad, I'm asking all the questions, but one last one maybe for now. Did you get to meet them after? All of those guys that you actually said no, and maybe you met them after or no?
Some I did meet, some I haven't met. I haven't met I would say he was in like my top 3. I still haven't met him. He like picked up and like moved away right after. He was just like, yeah, I'm cool. And I was like, oh, I haven't met him. But yeah, there's some people I have met and some haven't I've met.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Brad, take it away because I'm asking all the questions and I'll keep going if you let me.
No, I'm fascinated by this because how long, Jackie, because we watch the show, we're fans of the show. How long can a date last? Like if you and I are vibing, do you have to like request that you want to spend time with me specifically once it's, we're serious? Or is it just like, oh, I got saddled with Brad today. Like I got to sit in there with him for another hour and I don't want to do that.
It could be both.
It could be? Okay.
It could be both. See, with me, like, at the time, I was, torn between Marshall and Josh. So I always wanted to have equal times with both of them. And your dates can range. Once you pass, like, day 5, 6, you're already trying to figure out.
We got you.
Yeah.
So you're always just trying to figure out who.
Nah, she's.
My time. But with Marshall, I always had more time with him because you could always request more time, like you were saying. So I always wanted to request having more time with Marshall because I always wanted to figure out and dive more deeper with him. So you could request more time, or you could just be like, you know what, like I'm cool with just having equal time with each. And there's no time limit. Like I was in the pod with probably Marshall for like 5-6 hours at one time, just talking about everything and anything.
Did you run out of things to talk about?
Yes.
Did you ever just sit there, like, okay, you're in there for 5 or 6 hours. Is there a bathroom in the pod, or did you just have to like walk out?
Yep. So what you do is like you're like, hey, like I gotta take a break, sorry, and then they're like, okay, like we'll reconvene, and then they'll stop, and then you can go. But there's been a couple of times where like people were just like, I'll be right back, and they don't say where they're going, and then you hear like them using the bathroom, and you're like, oh my god, this is so crazy, like this is not okay, and you hear it in the pod.
Wait,
and they're like, oh my god, and then they turn the sound off.
Hold on. Did they go to the bathroom with their mic on?
Yeah. The mic is on. So we're hearing screams.
Oh my gosh. Heidi. Here.
Yeah.
Heidi, here's what would happen. I would be about to seal the deal with Jackie. She would be like, I found my daddy. And I would leave my mic on. I would go to the bathroom and I would pee and I would rip a big fart. And then Jackie would come in there and go, it's over. I don't want you. I don't want him. He's gone. He's no more a Poppy. He's now dead to me.
Yeah. And there was actually one I will never forget. There was one girl that actually heard somebody like, you know, making the ploops, dropping the kitties off in the pool.
Oh my gosh.
And he came back and she's like, are you good? Like, are you all emptied out? Like,
oh my gosh.
Huh? And then
was this girl like, you and was that guy Marshall?
No, it was not. It was not us. Because when I came back to the girls' lounge, she was pissed. She was like, I can't believe he took a dump. When I was over here trying to have a conversation with him, and I'm like, girl, bowel movements happen at a random time. It's okay. You're gonna be okay.
You gotta go, right, Jackie?
Yeah, I just love that man and his poops. What's wrong?
Yeah. Everyone poops. Why not? I mean, I don't understand that. We end up on the poop conversation a lot on this show.
Every time.
It has to happen.
Where we talk about this, every show, I feel like every reality TV show has their own way.
The situation.
Yeah. Every time. I mean, mine probably is the worst because it's like you go in the ocean and you have no toilet paper and all these things. But usually we end up talking about how do you go to the bathroom. I don't know why.
It's fat
about that. You're just out there just letting logs float away.
Oh my gosh, Jackie. But Jackie, another question that I ask my wife this every time I watch this show. Mm-hmm. Does Love is Blind, do they have a cup master who carries the cups everywhere you go? They do. I'm right, Heidi.
Oh, they go to the restaurants, and here you are with the cups. You go to someone's house, and it's a thing. It's a thing for you guys. Tell us more, Jackie.
Has a golden goblet. We call them the golden goblets. Every producer has one. It's mandatory. That's the signature of the show, I guess. I don't know.
I love it.
That's a weird signature.
I love it.
I
like it, but it's a cup.
It's cool, but also at the same time, I'm like, damn, can I just drink out of a regular glass? Because those glasses aren't super cold. And like when you have like with me, like I like to put like ice in my liquor, like ice in my liquor, and you know it's like whoop, like within like 5-10 minutes, it's already like melted, and I'm like, damn, I just melted cold. So the thermal they need to work on, but other than that, it's elegant.
But see, I like room temperature water. That's my thing.
Oh no, I need cold.
I'm not an ice guy, so I like room temperature. But it's even on the show. What's the other show, Jackie, that you go on after Love is Blind?
Oh,
if your marriage is if your marriage is sucking, and they want to swap partners. What's that show?
Part of the same show? What are we talking about?
Yeah. It's made by the same people because they drink out of the same cups on there. It's
you're talking about the ultimatum?
Yes, the ultimatum.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where your marriage is sucking and you gotta try to fix it, right?
You either are like, oh, you're gonna marry me or you're not.
Which is a bad idea because I
Oh,
would
for
not take
sure.
my wife on the ultimatum and let her spend 3 weeks with another dude and
Yeah.
hope she wants to come back to me.
Yeah, and not only that, like once you cross that boundary of like kissing and stuff, because there's some couples that be over there kissing and stuff. Once you do that, you ain't mine no more. You better go and be with that person, because you're not finna come over here and start kissing on me. Talk about, oh, Jackie, you the one for me. No, you should have realized that before you started kissing on Samantha.
Yeah. Jackie, I want to know this. I don't believe the narrative. You are, in my opinion, Heidi, I don't know if you've noticed this or not,
Okay.
but Jackie is accused of being a villain. And I find her very nice on here. I don't find her to be very villainous. Maybe I'm wrong, but I will say this, Jackie, you're going to disagree with me because you showed it on the show. I liked Marshall. I was a Marshall fan. I was rooting for Marshall.
Yeah.
Not as much the other one, Josh.
Yeah, I understand.
But your heart was for Josh, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think that's where the villainous comes from?
For sure.
If
The way that I went about it, it looked so messy on TV, but in reality, it wasn't really that messy. But I will say that on the show, it was extremely messy. That was really like not the way that I thought it was going to be portrayed at all. Like,
Really?
yeah.
So it wasn't like that because they made you out to
No.
be a big douchebag.
Yeah, they made me look like a cheater. They made me look like I was like some type of like crazy, like hormonal type person, and that was not me. I'm just very protective. Like when I slammed the water bottle on the counter in Mexico, everyone like lost their mind. But there's like a backstory. But me at the time, I'm not telling that on the show because I want to keep my private life private. Like, you know,
Right.
my family was going through it. Like, I didn't want to sit here and like talk about like my dad going through cancer and all this type of stuff. Like, who am I to just put this on national?
I think we lost her there.
That it just, there's so much that I could just be like, hey, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And I could say it until I'm blue in the face, but what you saw on TV is what you saw on TV. And, you know, it's kind of hard to like.
Well, I think we've lost her there for a second. Can't really hear. But Jackie,
Sorry, I'm here.
Okay, I must confess. See, you're opening my eyes because I thought the narrative that I watched, Heidi, I
The
don't know,
real thing.
isn't
Yeah.
it obviously is not the truth because I assumed you cheated on Marshall with
Oh.
Yeah.
Josh.
Yeah.
See, but
And-
you're answering the question because I was going to ask you, hey, did you not or did you? Because I'm curious because it looks like on the edit you did.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I want to say you didn't because you're not a
No.
villain to me.
No, I didn't at all. So when we broke up, when I say I just saw Josh, I'm talking about Chelsea's party. Chelsea's party happened the night before me and Marshall broke up. So when I'm saying I just saw him, I'm talking about Chelsea's party. But they play it to where I'm on the date with Josh, and the date didn't happen until the next day after I broke up with Marshall. And what really sucked was I had all of these messages, all of these proof, all of this stuff that I'm like, hey, I'm not no cheater. I'll sit here and tell you I don't want to be with you before I go and lay up with somebody else because that's just not how I roll. That is just, cheating is worse. I'd rather you keep it real with me and break my heart, and I'm going to do the same thing with you rather than, you know, go and be laid up with him and go and do all this stuff because that's, one, that's not biblical, and two, that's not in my DNA. I can't do that. So I had all of these messages, all of this proof, and I just felt like when I was seeing it on TV, my blood was boiling because I'm like, that is just not who I am as a person at all. At all.
What were you disappointed in some way with the edit then?
Extremely
That's a tough
disappointed.
one.
I was extremely disappointed, and they knew I was hot. They knew I was hot because I lit everyone up from that production. I was like, Why would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
That's not even okay. Like, I know that you're trying to make it for the essence of the story. That's what they told me. We're essence for the storyline. That's fine. But what you're not gonna do is you're not gonna play me. And that's what they did. And me, I'm over here like trying to defend myself against millions of people. And I'm not getting no help. So I was just like, oh no, this is what we're not gonna do.
Mm.
Yeah.
Can I say something, Brad? Because
Yeah, you can.
I do think navigating these shows and being POC female and all of that, sometimes
Yeah.
I feel like in your show, right? Love is Blind. I think sometimes the guys can do the things probably that you went through, and nobody would think to blink twice for them. But because you're a girl, there's a little bit of a bias and unconscious bias, but both, right? Very known biases that it's like, oh, Jackie's the villain kind of thing. It's very interesting, right? Because we've seen guys doing way worse, probably. Yeah. And then like it's like not as bad for them. Now I get the fact that you all get hate online, no matter who you are, whether you're the favorite or not. But typically I do see there's a different view for girls than guys, especially for shows like your show, right? And it's very difficult.
Yeah, and it's like they want every female to, you know, do the right thing, abide by the rule, you know. Oh, you can't go and talk to other people and do this, and this. But it's like, in reality, like, that's not how all females operate. Like, that's not every female's thing is to go by the book. You gotta find your own lane. So it's like, why is it that a man can do, like, I don't want to, like, throw no couples, but Zach and me did the same thing, kind of. He went and married another person. I ran off with Josh. We both ran off with different people. So why is it that he gets all the glory and not all the glory, but he gets a positive light. And then me, I get such a, oh, she ain't nothing. Like, that's wild. Like, she's terrible. She's a villain. How does that, I know that the way that we went about things were way different, but we're still left with other people. So I'm always sitting there like, okay, but that's cool.
Well, it's a learning experience. Go ahead, Brad.
It is.
I'm trying to remember who Zach was with. Was it
Irina?
Irina. I can't remember what she looks like. But you're right. See, I remember you, but I can't remember.
Well, Jack's memorable. Let's be honest here. Like
I did what I, needed to do. I found two daddies.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Heidi. Though, the producers at Love Is Blind really had a gold mine with Jackie, because they could have spun off another show called, Jackie Chooses, and like anything. Like, you could have had your own dating show, because you were interesting. You're the only reason I cared to watch season 4, because it was fascinating to me watching your anger. I'm trying to remember. I haven't watched season 4 in a while, Jackie. But didn't you have kind of a blow up with Marshall in the apartment? Or did y'all get into an argument then on TV? It might have been near the end of the season. And he's just sitting there. His mom and dad come over, or his brother came over. Am I right? I'm trying to remember. Sister, yeah. Yeah, it was awkward. It was so awkward.
Yeah.
It had to be awkward for you.
It was hard because we had just fought right before they pulled up. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, oh, this couldn't have happened at the worst time. At the worst time. We had just gotten in this huge blow up and it's spewing out, and I have to go and put a smile on my face and sit in front of them, his family, and kind of just be like, we're so happy. Like, I love it here. That was really
That seems so hard.
Yeah.
What made you want to go on there, Jackie? Because again, you're an attractive woman. You should have zero problems finding a man.
Yeah, see, prior to that, I never had a boyfriend. I was never in a relationship prior to Love Is Blind. I know it seems crazy, but I was in a whole bunch of situationships. I was like Jada with August Alsina. I was with a whole bunch of,
I don't understand that at all, so I'm...
situationships is like hookups. Like, we're in the talking phase, like, we're just enjoying each other's time. We don't really know if we're going to go to the next level, but if we do, cool. If we don't, then that's cool too. That's what a situationship is.
Okay, I've never
And
had one of those. Okay.
what made you want to go into this? You wanted to find a true partner there?
Yeah, so there was two reasons. For one, I did, like I said, I did everything that I wanted to do. I got my degrees, I went to school, I got my own place. Like, I was happy. The only thing I needed to do is start my own family. That was literally the only thing I have to do left. And it's still the only thing I have to do left. And then two, I never brought a guy home. And it was an opportunity for me to bring a man home for my dad to meet because I never brought one home. And I had a conversation with him where I'm kind of just like, I don't know if this is true or not. How am I going to do this? And he's like, you have to give it a chance in order to see if it's going to work. And I'm like, would you be cool with this? And he's like, I'm down for whatever.
That's awesome.
He's like, this is your life. You're going to regret it if you don't do it. And don't put this on me. And I was like, okay. So, and that's what I did.
Question: How do they cast you? How do they find you? Did you try? Did they find you? If you can tell us.
Yeah, so there's two ways you can do it. You can apply, or there's like always like people searching, like casting people. They're always searching for people. Me, I had someone reach out to me, and they were just like, "Oh, like we're doing." So they didn't tell me what show it was. They were just like, "Oh, we're filming a show," and I just let it be. And then he sent me a picture of his name in the credits for Love Is Blind, and I was like, "Oh, okay, well, cool." So then I ended up doing that, and then I got casted.
That's awesome.
Have you ever watched the show Married at First Sight?
Yes.
Okay, so Sam Roll, who comes on podcast here with me a good bit every other week, she was on Married at First Sight season 3. She said she waited in the line. There must have been 4,000 people.
Oh wow!
Like, and she thought
it makes sense because like, what? It makes sense because it's such a big phenomenon, but also like, I had no idea Love Is Blind was coming to Seattle. It wasn't said on the news. It wasn't put on no ad. I didn't see it on no Instagram. So it's like, how would people in Seattle know that Netflix was over here filming in Seattle if, they're not doing no ads or no one's looking out, And it wasn't like you can like go to this building and be like, hey, like, we're casting. It doesn't work like that. So I felt like there could have been like way more people applying for Love Is Blind, but I didn't hear it on the news. I didn't see no ad.
She said there was 4,000 people and she didn't think she had a shot. And then next thing you know, boom, she's on there. And I said the same thing to her. I said to you, Sam, you're an attractive girl. Why the show? She said, Brad, I had daddy issues. I picked the wrong men all the time. So I wanted to come on there and try to get married. It's the opposite of what you do, right? Like, hers was you got to marry them sight unseen. You get to like talk through a wall, which I think is a not. Heidi, I'd love to have been the guy who the lady to create this show. Go, I want to create a show where two people talk through a wall, and then we send them to the Caribbean or the Bahamas, wherever you go, and we light them up, and there's going to be drama.
I love it. And whoever came up with it, the creator of it, is brilliant. And I'm sure it's a collaboration of a bunch of people. It's very entertaining. I watch it because I like it. It's entertaining.
The only thing I hate about it, Jackie, is they don't release it at the same time. Like Netflix is like, you know what? We're going to roll out 4 episodes, 3 episodes, 2 episodes, 1. I'm like, what? I don't like that.
That's because they want to keep you interested,
Yeah.
I was just going to say they keep you enticed by that. They keep you kind of like coming back instead of just dropping it all at once. People kind of would just like fade away. But when you have like drama and they're like, ooh, this is a good dropper for next week, that's going to bring you right back.
Yeah, a lot of the new shows, a lot of reality TV shows, even Netflix and all of that, they're all doing the same strategies now, Brad. So I hate to break it to you, but most of them are doing it now. I do too, because I love to binge watch whenever if you're sick or whatever.
Binge watch your person.
Yeah.
I sit here and binge watch.
Yeah.
You know what they should do, Jackie? You need to. You might have burned your bridges with them. I don't know, but. If you went on blast and blasted them, they may never call you back. But they should create a Love Is Blind POV sideshow where, like, you can choose your character, like, and follow them, just them and what they do. Like a whole angle from the Jackie Marshall angle. That's all I want to watch. I could care less about the Zach and the Bliss, whatever. That might be a good angle. They could spin this off and have different like different angles you can watch while you're watching the proper show.
Yeah, that would be a good selection. That way you could, weed out whatever. But also that takes away from, what other dramas could unfold. Like if you're like, oh, like I'm too caught up with this Jackie and Marshall drama. I need to see what Paul and Micah are doing or something like that. Then, that takes away from them and whatever drama they got, because she had, some stuff too. So it's kind of like, but it's a good idea. I can definitely see where you're going with that.
You're seeing couple. What are you saying? What are you saying, Heidi?
I was wondering if you knew everyone. We saw a season, and I don't know if that happened multiple times, but I can think of one instance where they knew each other. Did you know any of the singles there?
No, I didn't know nobody there. It was two people.
That was last season. Wasn't that last season? Wasn't she Puerto Rican? Was she Puerto Rican?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Boom! I remember that, Heidi.
But I mean, if you're casting people from the same city or same area, and all of them are in theory singles, and I'm going to say in theory with quotation marks, but it's bound to be that some of them may know each other, just like it happened.
But also, we're supposed to tell everybody about our exes. We're supposed to tell them, like, this is my ex. That way, they probably don't cast that person. So I don't know if she didn't disclose or he didn't disclose about each other, but
I think she's saying disclose it.
That shouldn't have been happened at all, because I didn't know anybody from my show.
I see.
Heidi, does this blow your mind when you're watching these reality shows and they go, I want to come on here because the dating pool is so small in my city? I'm always like, how is that? You've seen that, right, Jackie?
Yeah.
Where they're like, there's nobody left in New York for me. I'm like, have you dated 40,000 women? Like, what is the deal here? I feel like I could go to Seattle and I could go to 9 bars and not run into Jackie.
Facts. That's a big fact. You're not gonna
now maybe Tammy's in Tacoma. I would run into her.
You might. I might be posted about Tammy's.
But that's your new place. But seriously, when I hear that, Heidi, I'm always like, how is it so small you can't find a woman?
Yeah.
Or a man.
That's always their go-to line, too. It's just like, oh, the dating pool is so small. It's like, is it?
Yeah, I haven't dated in a long time, so I don't know, but I would assume that it's not that small that I could not find a girl.
It's just those girls don't want you. That's what it comes down to. If the dating is so small, it's because they don't want you. You're choosing. They're
swiping. Is it swipe right or swipe left? Which one is it?
I think if you swipe right, they're green. If you swipe left, it's red.
Okay. So, Jackie, have you found it harder to find a dude now, post Love is Blind, that wants to date you, not because you were a television star, but because...
Wait, but hold on. The question should be, are you single or are you dating someone?
Oh, yeah,
now?
that is a good question. Yeah,
I am currently dating someone.
Boom.
There you go.
Thank you, Heidi. You saved me. You saved me, Heidi. Thank you.
But this person's not like some regular. I mean, he's a regular person, but he played professional football beforehand. So it's not it's not like I'm
for
dating.
The Seahawks?
I'm going to Google this, and I'm sure I can find it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, not the Seahawks. I can't be dating the hometown freaks.
Was it Panthers? Please tell me it was Panthers. That's my team. Is it the Panthers?
No, it's not the Panthers. It's not
the Steelers. Is it the Steelers?
It's a California team and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Okay.
Wait, I couldn't hear what you said. It's a California team and what?
And the Pittsburgh Steelers. He played for the Chargers and he played for the Steelers.
Okay.
Oh boy, I have guesses, but I'm not gonna guess here.
Heidi, I need to make a confession. She's talking about me. We brought you on here to tell you that. That's the move.
My new quarterback.
I'm the new quarterback. That's the thing. Oh my gosh, is he a quarterback?
That would be amazing.
Answer this question. I don't want to know who it is, but offense or defense?
Defense.
You don't have to answer. Oh, okay.
What'd you say?
Defense.
Okay,
always.
Defense is my favorite too, also.
I need
So
somebody
Well, you're a Steeler fan. That's why.
that's
I
ready.
am.
I need someone that's ready.
Jackie, before you met the steel curtain of the guy, did you find it hard? Did you find it hard to date someone because they're like, oh my gosh, that's the villain from season 4,
Yeah.
Jackie. She's gonna
Well,
go leave me.
A little of both. There was some people that, you know, that were verified that had reached out and were kind of like, oh, like, is that you? Like, is that how you are in real life? Because, you know, you fine, but I can't be with. And I'm like, no, that's not me. I don't know who that was. Like, who is that? Like, I was trying to, like, you know, be like, who is that? That's not me. And, like, it was definitely a question where it's like, is that you? Is that you? Because if that is you, I don't want no parts. But I'm like, no, like, that's not me. Like, I'm nice. They just caught me on a bad time. But it's definitely kind of changed for sure. I got to be more mindful about, you know, even though I'm with someone now, like beforehand, I was like, I have to be mindful about who wants to take advantage of me, or, you know, who is going to actually want to be with me for me. Even though I don't have, like, I didn't like gain millions of dollars or nothing like that, but like, I don't want nobody to be with me to like plug themselves, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
totally.
I want somebody that has like their own thing that they can be like, you know what, I like, you're cool, but like, I have my own thing. Like, I don't need you because I'm already solidified.
Would you do another show if they invite you to do another show?
I would do like House of Villains or Traitors or something like that, but I'm not doing no more of these dating shows. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I know that I am very much like mouthy, or I'm very much like stuck in my ways. So like dating is probably not the best TV role for me to go into, but I'll take my time somewhere else for sure.
Jackie, if I first, what's the food like on Love Is Blind in the dorm area? Is it good food?
He always asks that question for the record, right?
Yeah, Heidi, you've learned very much about what I like to ask.
Yeah, it's hit or miss. So there was some times where they'll cater food, but we're in the pods for so long, and by the time we come out, it's cold. So we're like I never had In-N-Out prior to coming to California and doing this. I went there and they're like, oh, we're gonna have In-N-Out, and I'm like, oh, I get to experience the In-N-Out. By the time I did, it was cold and it's not hitting the same, and there was like not what I would have expected. But majority of the time it's catered. Like, they have like a catering system. They'll bring the food in. Me, I'm very picky when it comes to my food, so I was just eating the salads. I was a salad girl the whole time. Like, I wasn't the hot food that they had.
Well, that brings me to my question. Could I come on Love Is Blind, like, and not really want to hit it off with anybody, but hang
Just
out in the dorms all day and eat and just kick it with the boys? Because there's people that you never get to meet on the show, right, Heidi?
Yeah.
That's right.
You always see them just hanging out in the dorm. I'm like, what are they doing? And do they not get bored? Like, is there a TV they can watch? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, so there's no electronics at all. There's no radios, there's no TV, there's no phone, there's nothing. Like, the gossip we heard was from word of mouth from our producer, and it was the Chris Rock slap. So that is what we were hearing from outside, is like, oh, like, this is the new tea. And like, we're having the new tea, but we can't hear the tea because we don't have anything. So if they want to hang out in the lounge and eat, they're going to have like fruit snacks and mac and cheese, because that's all they got. And you might have a couple cases of Sprite, but that's about it. You're not going to be over there eating a whole bunch of like steaks and stuff. No.
Do they dismiss you? Like, if I have zero connect, if every woman puts me at the bottom of their list, and Heidi's my producer, does she come up to me and go, "Hey, Brad, we're going to ask you to leave right now. We can't afford to feed you"?
Yeah. You get that happens after day 3, so you better start making connections, or you'll be shipped
wow. That's a lot of pressure. I'd be coming in there trying to click with every chick. That'd be my move.
That's the mentality of going in. Like, with me, I went in and I was like, I'm going to be myself, but I got to also understand, like, I have to be open-minded, receive everybody's word. But it's so hard because some people are like, ugh, like, I just can't. Like, I've been trying to give people chances, and I'm like, we need to wrap this up now.
Do you get paid to be there?
We did get paid to be there. Yeah, we got paid
Oh.
weekly.
So
That's not
what
bad.
about, so if you get kicked out, then you stop being paid because they're
yeah.
essentially okay,
You don't get paid anymore?
right? Yeah.
Did you get paid more than McDonald's pays per hour in California? I'm just kidding. They pay a lot. I think
don't even know what the minimum wage is in California. But
they
I
want
know
it to be
that they pay
$50 an hour
overtime.
pretty soon, man. They're. Let me ask you this, Jackie. Let's say you meet me in the pod,
Okay.
and this would be my move. Tell me if this would have got you to want to come back to chat with me. I would pitch a bunch of would you rathers because that's my thing.
Okay.
And then I would talk about all these movies that I've made up in my mind
Oh
to
boy.
get you to laugh.
Okay.
Would that work for Jackie, or would you be like, no, this is like snakes on a plane, you're done?
I'm gonna have to be like, Brad, you're gonna have to tell me something else, baby, because we can't be doing these what are you doing or would you rather right now. Okay, you need to tell me some sweet nothings.
Well, I mean, I would throw that in there, Jackie.
Oh, okay.
But I would
as long
be
as
like,
you're throwing some sweet nothings in and not just giving me straight would you rathers and what kind of
yo, I'm just saying I would throw those out every now and then. Like, would you rather be able to speak every language that in the world or hear animals speak? See, and then I learn about you.
I would probably do. Oh my gosh, I would probably do. Would you rather? Would you rather speak every language? That's
See,
what
I would choose the language. You can make money off that.
I would, yeah.
But if you're listening to animals, you're gonna hear birds flying by going, I'm
Someone's at my
flying,
door.
I'm
Hang on
flying.
1 second. Someone's at my door.
This is a first, Heidi. Our guest is going to answer the door.
Well, no, maybe, but her dog was there earlier, but you could see it in the background. It's a really cute brown dog.
Oh my gosh. What if she's getting a DoorDash right now?
Oh, maybe.
What if it's her steel curtain?
I'm back.
Oh,
I'm back.
your steel curtain. What if it was it your steel curtain knocking at your door?
No. But I would probably choose would you rather choose different languages and kind of just talk about that the whole time.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, it gets you to talk. You're like, I like this Brad guy. He's learning about me.
Not 5. That's no. Maybe you just a tiny little bit. Jackie, what was your go-to conversation? If you had to break the ice with someone, what would you say? What did you say? Did you use the same story or what was your strategy?
So so I would always kind of let them figure it out first. See what kind of questions, and if I didn't like it, I would kind of just be like, yeah, no, I'm not going to answer that. I'm going to throw my own questions out. And we have prompts in our book that kind of help us question wise, but also my go-to is so how are you feeling today? Because that's how are you? That's a genuine question. How are you feeling today? Because it always can switch up. So that was my go-to. How are you feeling today? Where's your mind at? Are we still on the same page? Are we not? How are we today in this moment?
Mm-hmm.
Do they give you a script in that book?
No, there's no script.
You saw that coming out
I wish there was a script in there. I probably would have did great for me.
Do you think? And I'm asking this without even knowing if you watch it or not. Do you think she looked like Megan Fox?
I do think that she looks like Megan Fox. I can see a little hint, a little dash, a little sprinkle of Megan.
I can't. Okay, but Jackie, who is your go-to hot celebrity?
That I look alike?
No, that you like. What's a guy that you like?
My go-to hot celebrity. That is my go-to. There's so many choices. I don't even
choose one. Just pick one. I want to play this scenario out. Pick one.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna just stick with one of my crushes, Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan, who is 70 years old. You're gonna literally choose. I was thinking you would say Denzel, Vin Diesel. Okay, Jackie Chan. You have the crush on Jackie Chan. If we're in the pods and I tell you, people tell me I look like Jackie Chan, I bet you're choosing me over Marshall solely because you have a crush on Jackie Chan. Am I wrong? I think she finished it off by saying all he could think about was this is Megan Fox. This is Megan Fox. It ruined it. It ruined it. And I would think there's a rule you can't do that, right?
Well, there's a question in our book that's like, who's your celebrity lookalike? That's a question. So I felt kind of like bad that, you know, that question was thrown out there with no background, because that's an actual like question. Which celebrity do you look like? Because it's like, I can sit here and describe what I look like till I'm blue in the face, but if it's better for me to be like, oh, I look like, you know, Selena, or I look like, you know, Janet Jackson or whatever. That way you have a visual of like, oh, okay, like this person looks like this.
But you can't ask like what color your hair is and what your eye color is, right? You can't tell me physical features.
You probably could. I never discussed physical features in the pause because I didn't really care. Like, Marshall said that he looked like Will Smith, and Josh said that he looked like Miguel. And
like
I was
who?
like, Miguel, the singer.
Oh, come on, Brad. You're showing your age even more now.
Jackie's never going to come back on because old man Brad doesn't know what a situationship, and he's thinking she's talking about daddies watching her play volleyball.
We balance each other a little bit there.
Oh my gosh.
We are balancing each other out for sure.
Miguel and Will Smith. Marshall looks like Will Smith. I don't see that. I don't think so. Did you think that?
I don't see
a little bit. Well, there's little glimpses. Like if Marshall does like certain things, like you can definitely see little portions of Will Smith in him, little glitters.
Is he married now? Is he married or?
I don't know.
What about Josh? You talked to Josh at all?
I don't have no communication with people in my past.
I was going to ask you, not from the boyfriend perspective, but from the people of the show. Are you friends with anybody from the show?
Yeah, I talk to, you know, the core 4's like Monica, me, Keisha, Kendra. There's always going to be us. Chelsea talks to me here and there. Who else talks to me? I'll talk to Irina. Irina will always like, you know, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, I'm good, you know. April, I just wish Bliss, you know, good with her baby and stuff like that. Like, so I still talk to people.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What about Micah? Micah and Paul.
When I see Micah, we talk, but we're not like DMing each other or nothing like that. I saw Micah probably in the summertime, and it was like, oh my gosh, and like we just hugged and we caught up with one another and kind of just like reconnected with that. But like we're not like texting or anything like that.
Oh wait, I'm looking right now while you're talking at the cast. I remember Irina now. She was kind of mean, right?
Irina was Irina on the show. Okay, yeah. A lot of
I think I know I liked you better than Irina. I know that, and I definitely like you the best now.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
I remember Irina. She was kind of mean. She made fun of Zach, right?
She said that he looks like a cartoon character.
Yes. Yeah.
And then a lot of people were like applauding me because like I called her a peasant.
Oh, I'm glad you did. Yes.
I felt so bad.
We threw a Jackie party that night.
But then I saw that she was like laughing at me when I was like going through it and crying, and I'm like, girl, maybe I was.
Was that legit that she was actually laughing? Because sometimes you cannot tell if that's like, you know, part of the editing. Okay.
I don't know. When I was in the pause, I didn't see Irina over there doing all of this type of stuff. I knew that she was kind of like doing the most behind the scenes, like with in some situations when it came to her men. She's very like territorial, which I totally get. But I didn't see her doing all of the things that they were showing on the show. And when I saw that, I was like, damn, I hate to be her right now.
Yeah.
Heidi, I think it might have been your season or maybe season 3. But before the early seasons, they didn't bring these people back for like the ones that I don't remember that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm misremembering. But like now it's a staple every season. You're going to get to see who you passed up. Yeah. And it was a brilliant idea to say, we're going to start bringing these people in because you saw Jimmy eyeballing, what's her name? Like he was eyeballing her like
the Kardashian girl.
The Kardashian girl. Yes.
Yeah.
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 And so I think it's a brilliant idea. I think they did that with your season, right? Because they brought
They
Josh
did.
back in there.
Yeah.
Because I remember going, "Oh my gosh, Josh is back. What's she gonna do now?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah. They brought him back and yeah. That's how that went.
and there I was sitting in the bar, Heidi, and not
But also
one of
they
the
brought,
ladies from Love Is Blind came over to me.
yeah, and they brought like Amber. They brought Amber back and stuff, but they didn't talk. Me and Josh were the only two that talked. Nobody else, like in the pods that had connections, they didn't talk. But
so you were the the juicy part. That's why they put you so much on camera.
yeah, I think so. I think I outdid myself a little bit because they were like, "Oh, they're the only two that are talking," and I'm like, "Okay." So
They knew y'all were gonna talk, though. They knew
we
it.
we had unfinished business for sure because we didn't have a breakup in the pods. Like we didn't sit down and say, "I don't want to talk to you no more." It was kind of like when Marshall and him had his little thing over on the boys' side.
Yeah.
I was just like, men handle. Well, Marshall said man handled man business. I don't question that. I'm just gonna ride with that. Like if he handled that already, there's no reason for me to speak. And the producers were like, "Oh, y'all didn't finish. We're gonna bring him back," and that's what they did.
I mean, Brad, I'm with you. It's really juicy and entertaining when they get to meet each other after, right? That's where those are my favorite episodes. I'm not gonna lie, because it's like, ooh, he's got to see it for the first time or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I love
My
it.
wife's like, fast forward. Let's fast forward through.
Yeah.
Okay, so the new season, the couple that was really good, he was mad about, he didn't know about birth control. Remember that couple?
In the new season,
Yeah. They were the most they were great, but they weren't entertaining. Like you want to watch the Jackies light them up on there, right?
The Jackies.
I don't want to watch that couple talk about I need to be on birth control. I didn't even know what birth control was. Like I want to see the drama. We want to see the drama.
But that's also an important conversation because a lot of people aren't talking about birth control in pods. Like I didn't talk about birth control at all in the pods. It was like, do you want babies? Yeah. Okay. Next question. And then that's exactly what it was. So it's important to have those conversations. Is it boring? Yeah. But
he's a puppy.
yeah. And I'm like, she's probably like, girl, maybe you should have those type of conversations.
She's like, okay. What was the girl's name? Jess, because I've reached out, tried to get her on. Jess, this season, she was from Charlotte. Well, they all were from Charlotte, but the one that was dating the worship pastor, he wouldn't get off his phone. He was constantly on his phone. I was
they talked about this in the reunion. I don't know if the reunion, because and I could understand a little bit of his side from that comment, because when you're away for a few weeks without really like being in contact, especially your work and your family or whatever, I could see like, okay, I finally got my phone, so I gotta catch up with everything, right? So I could see a little bit of that side, but I'm with you. Like the internet was blowing up about it because it was too much.
And not only that, like when I got my phone back, I was barely on it. Like my producer probably had to call me 5, 6, 7 times because I'm like, I went so long without it from the pods, where it's kind of just like, okay, like I know exactly what is on my phone, like what's going on social media, like, because I'm not physically worried about what's going on. Like I'm over here in real time trying to make this relationship work. So when he was always on his phone, I'm kind of just like, who are you talking to?
Yeah. And let's be honest, he outkicked his coverage with her. She's a very attractive young lady. So, I mean, I would have, if my wife, I'll get off my phone and focus on my wife all the time. So, I mean, that's my move. She's great.
Yeah, but I just feel like at the end of the day, it's so disrespectful because it's like, are you present with me, or you're giving all your love and attention to your phone? Like, what about me?
Yeah, and they were there to date, right? Like in the real world, and it was sad to see him being so much, on the phone. It was sad.
Yeah.
I was shocked they broke up, though. I was like, man.
To be honest, I was too. I think I thought they could have like worked it out. I really did. I thought they could have, but she was firm. She was firm in it.
But I think at the end of the day, they weren't each other's type either. I think physically they both weren't attracted to each other the way you want to be when you see the spouse you want to marry. You know,
Yeah.
you want to make sure it's right. And I respect people that quit and say, I don't want to go through with this.
Yeah.
I do, because a lot of people would just write it out because they're there, and then they'll get the divorce.
Yep.
And so I respect people that go, I'm not going to do this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm
Another thing with that is, why bring all the family to this ceremony, to this thing, go through all the trouble, putting a wedding dress on, and just going over and down the aisle and saying no.
That
Wasting everybody time.
that kills me. And that happened in the last season. It was like, why? Like,
Yeah.
why put her through all of that?
If you know you're not gonna marry me, just say, hey, I'm not gonna marry you. That way I don't put this wedding dress on and have all my family dolled up to the nine, and we're sitting there and you're like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna be with you. And
To me, that's the biggest troll job of all time. Like, you know, the night before, if you don't want to marry Jackie, like, it's like, I don't want to be with you forever.
Oh yeah.
And you know, maybe a situationship, but that's about it. You know
that from
See, I learned that word today.
You are throwing situationships out perfectly. I love this.
I have never had one, listeners. Never had a situationship.
So Jackie, what is going on with your life? We heard that you're dating someone, and we really hope that it's all going great. What else is going on for you these days?
Yeah, so I'm still in the teeth business. I'm still out here, being in the teeth world. I'm still loving my thing. I'm doing more like just influencing, trying to just do like more traveling. I had a couple like shows reach out, kind of like wanting me to come back on TV, and I'm like, okay, let me see if this is really gonna be for me. And you might catch me. You might catch me coming back on. You might not. We'll see.
I hope so.
I want to see that, Jackie. I do. I want to see that. That's my goal.
See me back on your TV?
Yes,
I want to see you back on my TV, just so I can look at it and go, that's my Love is Blind friend now. That's what I want. Just to brag. I'm going to drop you in all my combos now.
Oh, I love that. Yes. Listen, I feel like I would win House of Villains, hands down. I would go in there and win hands down. I'd be like, look, I'm not here to play. I'm here to win that HOV. And
yeah.
Wait, is this a show I'm missing? What are we talking about here?
Yes. Oh my god. Okay, Brad, we'll talk offline. It's a fun one too.
It is.
But
Shake
Jackie,
was on there. Shake was on season 1.
You could be a traitor too. She could definitely pull off traitors.
I definitely could be on traitors for sure. I'd be good on both sides, whatever side they trying to put me on. But I would excel at probably.
Jackie, if you, Heidi, and I were on traitors, I would pull Heidi aside and I would say, Heidi, she's definitely a traitor. We need to get rid of her. That would be my. And I think Heidi would agree. She'd be like, Brad, you're probably right.
Oozing out of my pores.
So you can't be a traitor. You got to go in there and just be a faithful.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be on the good side. But but always like that traitors is probably calling my name, so I'll probably be like a flip flopper. I'd be like, one day I'm a good person, the next day I'm a traitor.
I want to see her on Traitors, and now I got to research this House of Villainy. I gotta research this and figure this out.
Yes.
But as we said offline, definitely check out Traitors Australia. It's good. You'll like it.
I'm gonna watch it.
Heidi knows. I talk about it all the time. It's great.
Yeah, the difference is they're all, I'm going to call them civilians. They're all non-reality TV people. They're just normal people meeting for the first time. So it's very different dynamics.
But Heidi, that's why I like it, right? Because I don't come in having a preconceived notion of Jackie. I get to meet you in the show. And we had Teresa from season 1 on. She's amazing. She lives in Australia, of course, because it's Australian. Let me know what you think. Watch it and let me know what you think. Because it's
sounds like a deal. I will definitely do that.
And I will watch season 4 of Love is Blind again and change my perspective on you.
Change your perspective, because that's not
You are not a villain in my heart. You are a winner.
Oh, thank you.
And
I'm still probably a villain to everybody else. So as long as I'm going around changing one person's mind at a time, that's good for me.
And Jackie, I'm switching gears, but if your boyfriend plays in Pittsburgh, send me a message because we'll go see the game. I'll come with you. I'll come and we'll come and cheer. I'll cheer against your boyfriend if he's in a different team. That's not the Steelers.
Heidi,
I love
could
that.
Could we possibly have Jackie and her boyfriend on an episode where we could talk about their
She may not.
relationship.
She may not want to though.
When I
She
get
may-
my hard line, then
Huh?
maybe. But I'm loving where I am right now.
Yeah.
I love my peace of mind with
When-
my honey.
How about this, Jackie? When you want to release news about you and your man,
Yes.
will you come to Heidi and I and
Of
let us be the ones to have you drop the news?
Of course.
Yes.
Always. You will be my outlet for my hard launch. I'll be like,
Oh, I would love it.
We would love that. I'm going to reach out to Mackenzie and make sure that really happens, okay?
Yes. I love that.
She's gonna text me. She's gonna text me first and be like, "Okay, we're playing in Pittsburgh. I'm coming. I need a friend. And you gotta sign this NDA so you don't tell anybody."
I'm on it. She's on it. She's already.
I'll sign the NDA, but no, she's gonna block me and then tell you that I'm fired and she's taking my spot on here.
Yeah.
That's the.
I'm gonna be we gotta call Braden. We gotta call Braden.
Yeah, you do. Hey, when y'all want to get married, Jackie, you let me know. I'm ordained. I will marry
Y'all
you
want
guys.
me to get married so bad. Everybody want me to get married. Everyone remind me, they're like, "Oh, Marsha's getting married. When you get married," I'm like, "Damn, can I live?"
Well, when you want to get married, I have a suit that I wear for funerals and weddings. I'll put it on. I'll marry you guys
For funerals and weddings.
because I do them both. I do them both.
Oh,
It's
okay. Okay. Don't wear the funeral suit to my wedding because that's not what
Yes.
you're saying.
no,
Death.
it's stylish. It's a very stylish
But hold on,
H&M
Jack.
I'm
suit.
saying death to my marriage. You're going to have to
No,
be
no,
off
no.
my list.
You,
Just
you
because
need
you said that, you're
to.
off my list.
Yeah, you need
Oh gosh, you just fired me from being your pastor, man.
If you holding a eulogy and then you over here like, "Oh, I got 5 minutes to make it to the courthouse to marry me," that's no.
Why are we
it's
getting
okay.
married at the courthouse, Jackie? I
It's-
want you and your man getting married at a mansion.
You pulling up to my wedding in the same suit you just delivered a eulogy in. The whole.
Why am I
funeral
doing a funeral right before a wedding? I mean,
I'm gonna have you escorted out.
I wear this to all events. It looks good. It's stylish. I'm telling
All
you, I'll pull it off. It's amazing.
I'm gonna take you to the warehouse or
Yeah,
the big
take-
and tall. And
Oh, I don't know if I need big and tall. I'm only 165 pounds, Jackie. I'm not that big.
we just gonna take you to Men's Warehouse.
Take me
On
to
me.
Men's Warehouse, and I will
On me.
marry you guys. All I need is a photo with both of you. That's all I request, just so I can brag. That's all. I want.
Deal. I love
Anyway, thank you, Jackie. You have been amazing.
Oh, amazing.
it. Oh my god.
Jack-
So much.
Jackie, one last thing before we wrap it up here, and I pass it to you, Brad. Tell people where they can follow you. How do they follow
Yes.
you if they want to continue, your story in the future?
Yeah, you guys can follow me on Instagram, my government, Jacqueline Bonds, literally my whole government. You can find me on the gram. You can also find me on my TikTok too, Jacqueline Baby, and that's always gonna be on my gram too. I'm always like posting my TikToks and stuff. So you can
Love it.
I love it. We follow you now. Work
Yay!
advice, reality
Let's
check.
follow
We
back.
all follow you. You're now a friend of our show. You're always
Aw.
welcome to come back anytime when you want to dish on your relationship.
Yes.
Heidi will want to listen,
Yes,
Uh,
I am. I'm gonna come back and just throw up all over you guys.
and I want to be your officiant to marry you guys. So
All right.
keep me in the hopper.
I love it. I love that. Mary, in your death / marriage suit.
Yes, and I'll even buy my own plane ticket, Jackie. I'm telling you,
love
I'll tell my wife we're flying out to see Jackie get married.
I love
Boom.
it. And
Um,
then I'm gonna treat you to Men's Warehouse.
Yeah.
I'll treat me to H&M. Take me somewhere
Okay,
stylish. Why
okay.
do I go to
I was
Men's
like,
Warehouse?
We have to take him to like I don't know H&M or like Zara or something.
Yeah.
Take me to the Express. Is that still a thing? Is
The
that,
Express
the
is
Gap?
still a thing. It's still a thing in the Tacoma Mall. It is.
Oh, okay, well, I'll look stylish nonetheless. Anyway,
Always.
thank you, Jackie.
It was lovely to meet you.
It was so
Thank you
good.
much
Thank
for
you.
having me. Thank you guys.
See
Bye-bye.
you, Jackie. Heidi, what a show. That was
I
amazing.
love her. I don't know if she dropped or not, but she's lovely. Reality TV is cruel. Like you think that she's a mean girl, but she was great.
Well, Heidi, how can they follow us?
Oh my God, absolutely! Like follow us on Instagram at Reality Check, H&B, that stands for Reality Check with Heidi and Brad. And yeah, it's there. We have so many great people coming, right? That Jackie was completely amazing. If you haven't seen Love is Blind, you better watch because you're really behind. You're under a rock if you haven't seen it. And oh my God, Brad, what do you think about this one?
It's one of my favorite ones because I love Love is Blind. My wife loves it, so she answered a lot of questions for me, Heidi.
I know. And I had no idea about this one, like the background and the stories, none of that, right? Because I don't really have a whole lot of friends in it. So it was great to get to know her and knowing that she's doing so well now.
Yeah, and hopefully she invites us to her wedding. That's the goal.
This could be a really fun one too, you know. But we won't say anything because we don't know who he is.
I'm gonna go through all her follows and see if I recognize a football player in her Instagram. That's my move. I'm gonna do research, Heidi. And there's 3 California teams, so I just got to find a player that's played for the Steelers
And defense.
That helps me out. That does. I'm gonna do some research, and when I come with that name, I'm gonna text you, Heidi.
You got it.
Stay between you and I. But we will not.
You got it. Oh, she was awesome. She was awesome. It was so fun to meet her. And it was so fun meeting you. I love how we keep helping each other here because it's like contrasting, completely different, which makes this so much better. So I love it.
So awesome. Thank you, Heidi. I will see you next time on Reality Check.
See you soon. Bye-bye.